Welcome everybody to In the Stiffs with me, Sam Aiston, my friend and Brackley manager, Gav Cowan, and Housewife's favourite, Dave Edwards. Woo-hoo! Welcome everybody to another edition of In the Stiffs, and today we are going to be looking at legends of the game. Before we do that, I think it's important that we clarify that there's been no prep from Gavin and Dave, so this is off the cuff. So if they sound terrible,
I think that's how the viewers and listeners like it, though, don't they?
Today,
like authenticity.
You gave me two subjects in our group chat today, and I prepped for the other one.
Okay.
So I saw them last minute.
And have you done anything last minute? Any last minute thoughts? No?
No, I was busy making the teas.
All right.
Welcome back, Sam, by the way. You weren't here the last episode, were you?
Oh, yeah, nice of you to turn up.
Hope everyone enjoyed that episode. Absolute belter.
Is it been released, that episode?
Yeah, it will be by the time this goes out. By the time this goes out.
I think there's been a lot of...
100% it will be.
Isaac England, it was fantastic to have him on. He was a wonderful guest, exciting prospect. 90 minutes the other week, didn't he? Played.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people listening, looking at some of the comments, a lot of people were disappointed I wasn't there, missed me.
What platform was that? We had a lot of DMs saying...
from people in the street, actually, more than social media comments.
A lot of DMs asking me and Dave to do a spin-off. No, it's not the same, is it? When one of us isn't here, it doesn't feel the same. I mean, it was brilliant having Isaac in. I mean, he's a class young man, isn't he? Very impressive, but it's not the same, I don't think.
And we had Elliot, obviously, as well, which you haven't spoke about. That was brilliant as well. I wasn't here, but I listened back, and great guy.
I got a lot of positive feedback about that one. Me and you did a really good job.
That was the one where we did get a lot of positive DMs about being a duo.
I thought we could have a spin-off in the Stiffs, call it something like In the Stiffs with Sam and Gav.
Probably something original.
Probably
like
give that a little bit more thought. Anyway, let's move on. So we're going to do legends. So I think it's important, first of all, top of the shop, just to be clear about what's a legend. What does a legend mean to you, Dave? To be a club legend
in football.
In football, yeah. This is it's a football podcast in the Stiffs. It's not par 3. It's not golf, Dave. Can you just leave it, Dave? It's football.
So I feel they've got to have shown a real affinity with the club and been at a club for a decent amount of time. I don't think you can be a legend if you've only been there 1 or 2 seasons. So they've got to have some longevity at a club. Okay. I think they probably have got to have been involved in some success as well. I would say it'd be difficult to have a club legend who's been there for 5-6 years and they've just been terrible. It won't be looked upon fondly.
Could you be a legend without being a legend at one club?
Yeah.
Can you think?
I'm thinking Premier League of some of the greatest. So someone like James Milner, he's a Premier League legend, but would you say he's a legend at any of those clubs? Because he's played a lot of games for Liverpool, City, Leeds, Newcastle, Villa. I don't think any of those clubs would say that.
What a legend is.
I think, a legend is someone who... It's something special, isn't it? It's something... obviously, Diego Maradona is a legend. He had a Maradona turn named after him. Johan Cruyff's a legend. He's got a turn called the Cruyff turn. If you've got a turn... named after you, that's quite impressive, isn't it? If you got the Cowan shuffle,
a very slow Cowan shuffle. My one was the Cruyff. That was my little.
Yeah, but that's still called the Cruyff turn. It hasn't become the Cowan turn, has it?
I did try. It didn't catch on, but I did try.
in no league.
Every time I did it, I was like Cowan.
In no league in the southwest, it's actually known as the Cowan turn.
Yeah. Apparently so. Yeah, apparently so. It was just when Gary Peters used to scream at me when I did it in my own 6-yard box. That's when I didn't want it to be my name. I think we've got to define what a legend is, and I think, are we talking? Has it got to be someone just at one club? Is it someone the game generically as a whole? Because, like you say, you got obvious ones, haven't you? I think there's different types of legends.
I would say there's 2 different types. I think there's one for the longevity, someone who's been at a club for a long time, has that affinity, and then there is the Mavericks, the unbelievable
I've got one
players
that suits both of them.
Who you feel, yes, I think there is some that do both, but I think you can term both of them as that, because if someone has just unreal ability at that club, even if it's for a short period of time, they'll go down fondly, and you'll say, when they retire,
three things.
Ultimately, what we're going to do at the end, by the end of the podcast, we're going to come up with 5 legends of English football or British football.
Yeah.
British football, English football.
Yeah.
5 legends of English football.
3 criteria, I think. The longevity. What was the other one you said? Sorry.
Just pure ability.
Pure ability. And then I think they've got to have had an impact, like winning something, like a trophy or multiple trophies.
Being involved in some like memorable...
Because I've got
that's
one.
how you become a legend, though, if you're involved in memorable moments, huge moments.
Yeah,
maybe.
I won't say it yet, but I've got one that fits 2 of those criteria. And you do think legend, but you're thinking, like a Milner, for example, longevity, yes. Ability, yes, but I mean, he has one.
I think that's.
So then you're talking personality.
Dave Stone and James Milner.
No,
Is James Milner a legend?
What's the first one that jumps into your head then?
Well, for me, I think it's my club, Newcastle, Alan Shearer.
Yeah.
Alan Shearer obviously is undeniable.
So we're not putting personality in there then. That's not going to be one of them because boring as you like. But
Alan, I know Alan listens to this. Shout out to Big Al.
Just a joke, Al. Just a joke. Don't want to feel them sharp elbows. Yeah, so Alan Shearer.
This is going to cause some controversy. I can hear that already the listeners will be arguing whether they're on their way to work or on a run in the gym or whatever they're doing. They'll be thinking of their own. And our criteria, they'll be like, no, that's not right.
Well, Alan Shearer's a Newcastle legend.
Yes.
Because, he's such a huge figure. He's got Shearer's bar named after him outside the ground. If you've got a bar outside the ground named after you or a stand named after you, like Billy Bonds has got a stand named after him, and he, bless him, he just died the other week. You're a legend, aren't you? Surely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shearer ticks a lot of boxes. Yeah. Not just the one.
He's right in the mix, I think, Alan Shearer.
Think about QPR, Gav. That's your team. Who would be a QPR legend?
Stan Bowles would be the standout one.
Yeah.
I think every QPR supporter would say Stan Bowles.
Ray Wilkins.
Ray Wilkins, yeah. But I think because of the legend he was within the game and how well respected he was, you want him to be associated with the club. Was he a QPR legend? Well, he was a player. He's a player manager and a manager. So you could, I think so. You talk about, obviously, like when I was growing up, around the 95 era, QPR were the highest placed London club in the Premier League. So you had players like Les Ferdinand in there, like Trevor Sinclair's. I think Ferdinand would go down as a bit... But then he went on to do bigger, better things, didn't he? So QPR, because obviously QPR is a small club, it's hard to grab a legend. But when you think of someone who stood the test of time and was a maverick, was a bit of a legend, he was in the pub an hour before kickoff and stuff like that. Stan Bowles is the one.
If we're going for ability with QPR, Adel Tarabt.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Wow. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
He was a joke, but obviously he will never go down as a legend. He's there for a couple of seasons.
How much did impact did he have on people's lives? You say about, I think that's important that you just referenced.
He impacted me, twisted me up.
Yeah. I don't think you'd be the only one. I don't think you'd be the only one, would you? I was saying a great story to the lads. I don't know if you've heard it. The Warnock story when he took over at QPR. And Tarat was training with, I don't know, it might have been the reserves or youth team. So he's obviously walking past the session and seen him, and obviously he's just taking a piss. So he's just gone to one of the coaches, who's that there? And he went, Gaffer, don't even worry about him. And he's like, no, who is he? He went, Gaffer, that's Adel something. I can't remember his name, but we've had him from Tottenham. He'll get you the sack. So he continues to watch the session, walks over to him. This is Neil Warnock saying this, and goes, come here a minute. So he comes over, he goes, you play Saturday? And he's like, looks at Neil Warnock all confused, and he's like, you will play Saturday. And if you play shit, you will play in the next game. And if you play shit again, you will play in the next game again. And obviously that was when he just said, you're going to play regardless. I don't care how good or bad you are, you're going to play because what I've just seen. And then obviously he just tore the league apart. And that was how QPR got promoted.
Outrageously good. Outrageous.
Scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so I'd say Stan Bowles. I'd say Stan Bowles.
What about Wolves, Dave?
I think the main ones will be Billy Wright.
Yeah.
Obviously a long time ago, but England captain, legend at Wolves in the successful eras as well. More recently, Steve Bull.
Steve Bull, yeah, that's the one that was
might have goals and appearances. So I'd say they'd be the two standout ones. Both got stands named after them.
What about Tom Badley? No, remember Tom Badley? He is my great granddad, and he was the record appearance holder for Wolves for something like 40 years or something stupid like that. Obviously,
you've never ever mentioned him. Ever.
He was a keeper. Yeah, seriously, made about 300 appearances for Wolves. But he was
same as me.
Bit of a. So he's not a legend, but yeah. Tom Badley, I think, is the Wolves one. It's great granddad.
Nice. Newcastle, anything further back than Shearer?
Yeah, Malcolm McDonald, Kevin Keegan, Jackie Milburn. they're the people. Like they're the ones whose names you know. You don't necessarily even have seen them play.
Gascoigne.
But you know their names.
And do you feel it's hard to be a legend whilst you're still playing? It's always after players have retired. Was a
Liverpool legend when he was still playing, wasn't he?
Do you think people get more? So they get remembered more fondly once they do retire.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like
I find that.
Yeah, everybody thinks you're better when you're not playing, isn't it? Whenever I was injured, everybody's like, "Hey, we need you back, Sam." Whenever I was fit playing, they were always like, "Hey, you gotta get him out of the team."
That's so true, isn't it? Yeah. But when you look back, I do remember when you talk about the Shearers of this world, when he was playing, everybody appreciated how good he was. He was just too good when he was like in for those amount of years, however many years he was playing, he was a joke.
Yeah, so he'd be a club legend. The same way like Matt Le Tissier would be a Southampton legend.
That was my one. That was my one.
Yeah, I was thinking of that.
Matt Le Tissier was my one.
I've just stole your thunder there.
Devastated.
What about Shrewsbury legends? Obviously, we've got a lot of Shrewsbury listeners. This will be interesting to see if for Shrewsbury listeners, they could put in the comments or message us if they want their top 5 legends. And I'll tell you why. There was a friend of mine was in the market the other week. And he was all like, they get the little pictures with the Subbuteo teams, like just put a picture, and it's got it had like all the different teams, and it had like a picture of Man United, and had like it was all legends. And he was telling me this story, and he went, so there was Man United, and there was Liverpool, with Barnes and Beardsley and all that. And he said like Everton with Peter Reid and Graham Sharp and Neville Southall. There was Man United with George Best and Charlton and that. And then he said there was Shrewsbury as well. And I was like, Go on then. He went, you weren't on it. I went, no. Okay. Oh, thanks for that. I was like, why tell me that story?
Got all giddy.
It's like when Holly says to me, I saw a nice pair of trousers that you would like, Sam. Did you get me them? She goes, no. But anyway, so I was thinking about that. So it would be quite good if the Shrewsbury Town fans who are listening could put it, who their top 5 legends are. Who springs to mind for you, Dave? Probably easier question for you because you're local lad.
The standout one would be Arthur Rowley.
Yeah. He's top of the shop, any for Shrewsbury fans.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody dispute that.
Yeah, and then it's difficult after that because I only know of him because of what you hear around the town, around the stadium, and my granddad speaking about it and all those sorts of things. But sort of more modern era, I'd say even going like 80s, early 90s, I wouldn't have obviously seen any of those players. So I've only really seen players from, I'd say, the mid-90s onwards. So it's a bit more difficult, but people speak fondly of players like Tony Kelly.
Yeah, his name comes up a little bit.
Graham Turner, does it?
Graham Turner, of course, both a manager player. Chick as well.
Chick Bates.
Yeah.
Some of the older boys.
Yeah, definitely.
Chick Bates is one of them. Obviously, when you're, I suppose, a Shropshire alien and you come into the county, like, I've heard his name mentioned thousands of times. He must have been a really popular guy.
Yeah, again, played, coaching, manager, sort of real affinity with the football club. And I don't know when Chick was playing, that team in the late 70s, that's what was Shrewsbury's most successul ever era. I think anyone in and around then will go down.
Jake King?
Jake King as well, again.
He'd have been really, wouldn't he?
Really highly. Went on to manage the club. But in the more modern era, we haven't had too much success, have we?
Well, we've had a couple of people, haven't we? We think off the top of our head.
I would genuinely say, if you were going to say club legends from the modern era, I think the standout player would be Sean Worley. He's been on the podcast, but he had like a long spell with the team. Fans love Sean Worley. And again, making things happen out of nothing.
He's a bit like Sam, wasn't he? A bit like you. Just makes things happen. Exciting.
Not as tall and good looking.
Yeah.
But play off the cuff, do you know what I mean? Like with Shawnee, we spoke about this in the podcast with him, but like if you gave him a structure to play out of and do all the coaching, the tactical stuff, that's no good for Sean. He just needs to play off instincts and off the cuff. Obviously, he'll do the work defensively you want him to. But when you get the ball, you just have to let him go and do what he wants to do. So effective. He should still be playing for Tyne now. We said that in the podcast to him, didn't we? But
how old are you now, though? 47 now, isn't he?
Well, he's still scoring goals and captain at Accrington, who's the same league as Tyne. So,
but you would say, wouldn't you? Joe Hart, Dave Edwards. Joe Hart. Yeah. But is Joe Hart going to be a Shrewsbury Town legend because did he play enough games to be that? Because obviously Joe Hart's gone on to be, Shrewsbury's greatest ever player. You'd have to say that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
The 90 odd England caps. But is he a Shrewsbury Town legend?
That's where the time thing's difficult, isn't it?
I would say yes, because I think it's where he started. I think, he's from Shrewsbury, he's where he started. I think he has to be. because of because he's gone on and represented the town, hasn't he? He's gone on and like people say, oh, where's Joe Hart originally from? He's from Shrewsbury. Oh, what's his career? When you go back before Man City, and because again, there's not many players now, goalkeepers or outfield players, getting signed from League Two, going to the Premier League, and then like going on to actually play in the first team.
Outrageous.
It's an unbelievable story. So for that, I would say, absolutely. I think he's a legend in his own right in terms of football. Like you say, was it 75 England caps?
Yeah.
Won the Premier League, Scottish Premier Division. Unbelievable career.
And the fans are really proud of him and where he's from here. I think that means a lot.
People in Shropshire are like that, I think.
Yeah.
I think people in Shropshire are very proud of people from here.
Yeah.
So he's a Shrewsbury legend despite not playing that many games.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel comfortable saying Joe Hart's not a Shrewsbury legend, but Mickey Brown is a Shrewsbury legend. if we're mentioning ability.
Oh, Mickey as well. I forgot Mickey.
Shrewsbury Town Centre legend.
But Mickey's one of them, isn't he? Like, if we're saying like he's a legend, isn't he? Because of keeping Shrewsbury up, isn't he? As well, that was that like a defining moment. So sometimes you have a moment that makes you a legend. I think for Mickey, that goal he scored is what he's remembered for.
Yeah,
that and being the tightest footballer I've ever played with. But
he's a legend in his own right. He's a legend on so many levels, Mickey, isn't he?
Yeah, but in terms of ability, like no one's ever going to say he's the best player that we've ever played with.
It's about moments, isn't it? I remember a player I used to play with called Robbie Reinhold, and he scored the goal that kept Brighton in the Football League. And obviously since then they've gone on to but he kept Brighton with
things like that.
He literally has got the key to the city. I think they actually did give him the key to. He scored like a last minute goal against Hereford to keep him in the league.
The Carlisle goal he scored, Jimmy Glass again. He's a legend. If he hadn't scored that goal, would he been a Carlisle legend?
Exactly.
That's what I mean. It's something interesting, isn't it? That it's not just simple about you say yes longevity, yes ability, but it's not. It's also somebody giving you a special moment or a special memory, something that fans remember.
Is the difference there? Like Alan Shearer for me is a legend. Does like a Robbie Reinhold or a Jimmy Glass, is that legendary status? Is that where they've just done something that's a legendary moment, but does it make them a legend?
Yeah, I suppose it's a legendary moment, isn't it? It's a memorable moment, but they're not a legend for doing that.
It's good, isn't it?
I think they are, because if you said to me Jimmy Glass, I would say Carlisle straight away.
Yeah,
someone look at
absolutely.
Look up, Gav. What a legend.
I did this before. Just
Pilot.
So it says an extremely famous or notorious person in a particular field.
Which I suppose Jimmy Glass then becomes famous for doing that single act really than anything else.
Yeah, I'd say.
I'll try and say what it says football.
We're probably getting a little bit too...
Maybe a little bit.
Anal with it.
Yeah. So maybe I'm a legend since 21. Notorious came up there, didn't it?
I've got so many.
I put football legend. This is the AI overview. Okay, a football legend is a player whose extraordinary talent, accomplishments, and impact transcend statistics, leaving an indelible mark on the sport through consistent, high performance, iconic, and inspirational moments.
Milner's in there then.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's a legend.
Milner's a robot.
So the word consistent there, isn't it? Because there's iconic moments which you see and does transcend statistics, which I think is important to say, isn't it? It's not just about your stats, but
it says here key characteristics of a football legend. So exceptional skill and performance,
right? That's
significant achievements,
okay.
Inspiring influence,
okay.
Exceptional character. I feel that does play a part into it as well.
That's the first,
and then longevity and loyalty. So we weren't far away of all our points, were we?
Being like someone who has an impact on a huge amount of people is a legendary thing, isn't it? Like you say, Alan Shearer for people in Newcastle, Geordie.
Are we saying Dave's a Shrewsbury legend, or we'll go through that then, Dave, for you at Wolves? What should we go for, Dave? Wolves legend or Shrewsbury legend? What we're going for just to assess this on you.
The first point kind of is a bit of a falling point.
We'll say Wolves. We'll say how many games do you play for Wolves?
307.
Wow. How many for Shrewsbury?
Not sure.
No, it's not bothered about that. Not bothered.
I don't think I made 200. I think I was just below 200.
Wolves. So we're going with Wolves. So 300 games. That means wow. Go on. What was their first point?
What is it? No, I'll go with the last one first. I can tick some boxes first.
Go on. What's the bottom one?
Longevity and loyalty.
Yeah, well done.
Yes.
Yeah. Loyalty. Couldn't get rid of me.
Loyalty. Yeah.
Exceptional character.
Yeah.
I feel. Yeah. Inspiring.
Okay, yeah. No, I'll just go along with that.
But people will say, like, about your professionalism. Like when I speak to
Connor
Jack
Cody
Price,
said it,
or
Jack Price.
that was a big influence on people.
Yeah, I'll give you the definition. Legends, this is about the character. They're defined by the character, including loyalty and resilience.
Yeah.
They conduct themselves with dignity on and off the pitch, serving as ambassadors for their teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Inspiring influence. So they influence the game by changing the way it's played and bring the joy to millions of fans worldwide. Their stories of perseverance and dedication often inspire others.
But it's relative, isn't it? Like brings joy to like people of Wolverhampton and people who support Wolves. Like that definitely applies, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Worldwide.
Change the game.
No.
How many midfielders used to arrive in the box like you for Wolves, past and present? How many have they had? How many supporters?
Zero at the moment.
Of course. But if you went to a Wolves supporter and you said, who's a player who's played past, present, and future? Obviously not future, but past and present. Is there a player that's arrived in the box and scored? Who would that player be? Who the first person that come to mind? I think they'd say you.
Dangerous Dave Edwards. I agree. What was that? We heard the clip when he's. I was watching that. What's it called? Like championship rerun games. I recorded and sent the video. And Dave scored a goal. I can't remember who it was against now. Dave will know. And the commentator said, the commentator said,
I think it was
said about something like arriving in the box and getting goal. Dave Edwards is the best in the championship, didn't he? Something like that.
Yeah, my mate Don Goodman.
Your mate.
No, it's not his mate.
Good old Don. Likes a few quid.
Go on.
Significant achievements. So this includes winning numerous trophies, being a top goal scorer, or making the most appearances 100%. For a club or country.
100%.
Promotion, appearances,
And then
it's absolutely Wolves legend.
The last one, exceptional skill and performance.
All right.
This is awkward.
Across a problem.
A unique blend of technical ability.
Yeah, definitely.
Signature style and tactical intelligence.
Tactical intelligence. 100%.
You don't have to have everything, do you, to be a legend?
Not.
So.
Absolutely not.
So let's talk about it. We've discussed for quite a while now on what we think the characteristics or the explanation or the definition of a legend is. Let's say all of them pulled into play. Who are the legends in football? Because we haven't actually said that many.
Should we make a top 5 together?
Let's do it.
Yeah,
that's a good way to.
I mean, we're not saying world football.
No, I think we're saying English
world
football.
Like obviously Maradona, Cruyff,
Pele,
Messi,
Ronaldo.
Yeah,
Zidane,
Alan McDonald. Yeah.
Like in English football, I've got a couple of absolute shoe-ins. There's 2 definites that have to be in there.
I've got 2 shoe-ins
what's
as well.
Top of the shop? Who's got to be in there as a legend of English football? This isn't just Premier League. Got to be in English football.
When you say English football, you mean just played in England? They can be a foreigner played in England.
No.
Okay, that ruins out my.
So it can't be a foreigner.
No.
Okay.
I've got
one that just.
It's got to be who's.
Mine would have been Gareth Bale, but.
Obviously, of course, it would have been.
Boring.
And Dave's second one was Aaron Rams.
And Joe Allen.
His third one was James Collins.
No, Bale would be in there, 100%. But if we have not done one. What? Most ever European trophies?
I've got one that I think you'll.
Galactico.
I've got one. I'm going to throw in there. It's for debate. It's still for debate.
Because like you both. Like,
I'm going to say Paul Gascoigne.
Right. Okay. I might have to start again here. Think of who's the one person who has to be? He's number one English football. Got to be
any era
English
we talk about as well.
Greatest ever legend. Dear me.
People are going to be screaming. Give us what's your thought in terms of what era was it?
Like obviously it's a while ago.
Yeah, it's like a Bobby
66.
Charlton or a
it coincided with England's greatest ever achievement.
Yeah, Bobby Moore,
one World
Jeff
Cup
Hurst, or
Bobby Moore's got to be, hasn't it?
Bobby Moore, of course it is.
Wait
a second. Let me just go through the definitions.
Yeah,
it's got to be Bobby Moore, hasn't it?
Yeah, he's right
He's
up
got
there.
to be in the top 5. We can debate in what order, but I mean I think he's number 1, but he's got to be in there. Dave's not convinced. Dave still wants Dave wants Daniel Gabardon.
Yeah. Dave's still hanging on to Mark Bowen. And flipping Craig Bellamy. Dave, they've got to be English, right? Let it go, mate.
It's English.
I'll probably get hammered here by listeners who know a lot more than me about that era of football. But was he really successful in club football as well?
Neville Southall.
No.
with West Ham? I know he's a West Ham legend because of his longevity there, but did he?
Well, I think the fact
He's won the
he's
World
the
Cup.
only ever English captain to lift the World Cup. Obviously, it's the one thing that we've won.
Okay.
And he's lifted it.
We'll put him on the shortlist then.
This is men only, by the way, before we get anybody complaining.
Okay, we'll put a disclaimer at the start.
Okay, right. So, well, I thought that was an obvious one, but that's
It's just hard, isn't it? Because obviously club football, he was like brilliant, wasn't he? Like, they've got that documentary about him, haven't they? Which was really insightful. And obviously the West Ham legend, and any West Ham supporter is going to be screaming at the radio now, going mental.
If you're captain and you win the World Cup, I think
that's legendary status, isn't it? That's
got to be.
You might say all five of them need to be from that team then.
You think there's some the greatest ever picture scene of him and Pele like swapping shirts, like, the amazing tackle and that, like
the tackle.
Like
that was
anyway.
close.
Flipping, it's gonna be our graph. This is flipping heck.
Okay. Gordon Banks then, the only goalkeeper to ever win the World Cup for England.
Bobby Charlton,
the only number 9 to win the World Cup for England.
Jeff Hurst.
Yeah.
So there's 4 who you thinking have got to be in the conversation.
They've got to be in a mix. I think one of them have got to make the top 5 at least to represent that era and that group of players.
And so, yeah, well, you could argue all.
Wayne Rooney.
Rooney's got to be
goals,
in the mix.
Yeah, most goals.
He's got to be in there, hasn't he?
Beckham's got to be in there for his influence. You talk about influence.
Yeah.
Like his impact. Like the world's most famous man.
Globally. Globally.
Although nowadays, like the kids, don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
It's mental. I find that unbelievable. Like you get a young kid, like 10, and just David Beckham.
Whereas everyone wanted to be Beckham, didn't they? In like the late 90s, 2000s, everybody styled their game on.
Trying to get curtains and me.
Everyone styled their game on those, didn't they?
Yeah.
Wanted to hit those diagonal balls, the free kicks with all the whip on it.
I found as well, like when I was a kid and that era of all of them players, I knew all of the players and their inside leg measurement of that era that I was in. But I was really interested in the past. I was I knew all about probably from things
not much about Bobby Moore because
loads about him. But just from watching things like 101 Great Goals. How much did you used to just look back at all the history of football? It was so much easier then, wasn't it?
You mentioned before when we were talking before, you said Johnny Method's free kick.
Johnny Method, yeah.
Method needed that finger point.
You look like him. Just memories like that the kids now, they don't really know that era, do they? And I know it's only, who was in that team with Beckham? You'd have Sol Campbell, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And
Mike
Fernand,
Owen.
John Terry, Owen,
Cole.
Gerrard.
Nick Barmby.
Yeah, frightening. Unbelievable. Nick Barmby, yeah. What a legend.
Nick Barmby.
He absolutely done me on Sky Sports, dinked it over my head, and I tried to head it but I couldn't get there, and it went about an inch over my head, and he smashed it in the bottom corner.
Still the top player, the one.
Yeah.
Who do you think? Gary Lineker, Paul Gascoigne, Kevin Keegan, Trevor Bruton.
I still can't forgive Lineker for my 11th birthday when he hit me around the head with his kit bag, and I don't really like him either. Went to my dad took me to England versus Argentina on my 11th birthday. And we were all waiting outside, so we were meeting all the players, and we had Ozzy Ardiles was coming out, and Maradona wasn't there, but all the Argentinian players, then all your Alan Smiths and Lee Dixon and Des Walker and all of that, they were all coming out having pictures right out the back of Wembley, the old Wembley. And then Lineker came out, and he was the one I was waiting for, and he's got this, back then he's had his big kit bag, and a car pulled up, and he just pushed through all of the supporters, and I got too close, and he absolutely smashed me in the face with his kit bag. I went flying. He just got in the car and went.
You haven't got over that. You don't like him now.
I don't like him I don't like him anyway.
Oh,
don't like him as a presenter. Don't like his ears. Don't know anything about him. Don't like his crisps.
Body shamed as well. Okay.
Yeah. No, I haven't got over that. So, but he's got to be in the mix as well. When you think about the goals he scored, like Talia 90.
Yeah.
Right.
What about
who's a definite? Because I'm trying to do a top 5 here, and I'm aware that we haven't.
We're almost going
Bobby
through.
Moore.
Bobby
Rooney.
Moore is obviously there.
Rooney.
Yeah. You're putting him as 1, are you? Bobby Moore.
Well, I could change the numbers if need be, but
Right.
I think Yasser.
Rooney, and I think
the listeners.
Bobby Charlton as well.
The listeners will be obviously Bobby Moore is number 1. They'll probably wonder what you two are talking about.
Right, okay.
Because you two would be massively.
What about the era between what we'd have known, like the early 90s? What about the 70s and 80s? Who was there then? Like Keegan, players like that? Who was the big standout players in that era?
Keegan and Brooking, wasn't it? Mick Mills?
Yeah, Trevor Brooking, Mick Mills. I'm trying to think who else was in that team.
Then be Terry Butcher. Come a bit. He was late, a bit later.
Ray Clements was the keeper, was he?
Yeah. Ray Clements a bit later. None of
Peter Reid.
It was a funny era that though, wasn't it?
It wasn't like they didn't like that was.
That was like the Hitachi, wasn't it?
That was Gary Lineker was the man then, wasn't he? He scored
like late 80s,
he scored a hat-trick against Poland and that, didn't he? It was Lineker was Lineker 82, 86, 90?
He was 86 when Lineker.
Yeah. And then Gaza. So if you're thinking about the legends, like the star men and that. I'll put Paul Gascoigne.
I'd like to discuss that one.
Again, that's someone else like who is just because of his character.
Yeah.
Like you say, transcends statistics. And,
when you think about Italia 90.
Yeah, right. That was it. Italia 90 just captured the imagination. It's everybody who's similar age to us. It's their greatest ever World Cup, without a doubt.
Yeah.
No one would disagree with that for everything. But Gaza was a massive part of that. And he did the tackle, didn't he, and cry and everything like that.
He was probably the biggest global football star outside of George Best, wasn't he? When he came along, and obviously Italia 90. What was he then, 21? He was about 21, wasn't he?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
And he was just incredible.
I'm always a bit reluctant to...
Yeah, we're not great at all that, are we?
I've got it wrong before.
I think Paul Gascoigne's got to be in there.
Paul Gascoigne.
He was unbelievable in that tournament, wasn't he?
Oh, frightening.
David Beckham. We're going to get someone going, Paul Scholes was better than David Beckham, but it's not just about that, is it? It's impact.
Think about he's gone across loads of different countries, won loads of different silver.
Even like being a fashion icon, there wasn't everybody remember you were wearing a sarong in that, Gav, weren't you, when he was wearing that?
Diamond hair, blonde and that.
Sarong and bandana when you first come to Shrewsbury.
Just, if it's not broke, it works, doesn't it? I can't explain it, it just works.
It's not broke,
the statistics speak for themselves, Sam. But when you look at him, and he went he left Man United, went to Real Madrid, went to America, then ended up at AC Milan, PSG. Like you say, he's this fashion icon. It's unbelievable to look at. Like businessman. He's missing all of that. He's going to be remembered for generations, isn't he? He's
although I've just said loads of 10-year-olds have forgotten him already.
But from our perspective, you're going to always pass that on. Like my boy Wilson, he's he'll always say I'm going to wrap this in like Beck's. They still say it, don't they?
Had a film named after, didn't he? Ben like Beck's.
Yeah.
Ben like Beckham.
He's got perfume.
Again, he's got a film named after him and stuff. That's what I mean. That's you're a legend.
That transcends football again, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I think
he took it over to America, didn't he? The MLS just blew up because of him, didn't it? Yeah. And now he's bought a club.
I mean, Bobby Moore, Paul Gascoigne, David Beckham. If Jeff Hurst listening to this, he's probably going. Did any of them score a hat-trick in the World Cup final?
Yeah.
The answer's no.
Yeah.
But Wayne Rooney's scored the most ever goals for England. He's up there.
Has he scored the most?
Rooney has, yeah. No, it was Kane's taken over now, wasn't it? Harry Kane.
But
Rooney did have the most goals, didn't he? But didn't he beat Charlton, and then obviously Kane.
We always get ourselves in trouble here talking about it. So Lineker and Charlton had 49, didn't they? Is that right? And then Rooney's got more, and then Kane's now got more than them. Is that what we could do? We're going to get fat.
How good was Michael Owen? Was it 98 where Owen burst onto the scene?
That's Pochettino.
Mate.
That's unbelievable, wasn't it?
Bobby Moore, Paul Gascoigne, David Beckham, or putting in Jeff Hurst?
No, I don't think. I know he scored those goals, but
I mean that particular tournament.
I'm finding you two slightly ageist here.
Yeah, I'm all for the older one. I love that era. I think that era is amazing. I'm all for it.
I think Jeff Hurst is a moments one. So that. Do you know what I mean?
We're sort of contradicting ourselves.
It's a big moment.
But
with Jeff,
it's a big moment. It's a pretty big moment.
At Wembley.
I would imagine. I haven't asked him, but I'd imagine if he said, "What's the best moment of your career?" I would imagine that's probably up there for him.
We're talking about we're talking about probably contradicting ourselves, because if you don't put Jeff Hurst in, you're talking about a tournament.
Contradicting ourselves. I don't think we haven't got a problem with doing
standard behaviour. If you're talking about
for this,
I know, yeah. If you're talking about a tournament, then you're probably saying about Paul Gascoigne. He did it in a tournament. Outside, he's done amazing things again outside, and I'm sure Jeff Hurst has done that as well. It's almost contradicting to put one in and not the other, because they're sort of remembered for a big tournament.
Who's got the most ever caps? It's Peter Shilton, isn't it? Still,
Shilton still. Peter Shilton. If you're a goalkeeper,
can we do a top 10?
No, because that's part of the fun of it, isn't it?
You put Jeff Hurst in there. You've written it down.
That's why I've written Jeff Hurst. Yeah. Dave's not happy with that.
No, I think Rooney's a bigger legend than than Jeff Hurst, personally.
Oh, dear me, that'll get clipped.
We're not talking about a better player.
That'll be
Rooney's arguably the greatest English player of all time.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a legend.
That's a big flip. There's going to be some clips coming out of this.
Most ever goals for Manchester United when he retired from, because it's not just about playing for England, most ever goals for Manchester United, scored an absolute worldie on his debut when he was 16 against Everton. Won everything there is to win in club football.
Yeah, he's not for me, Dave.
Jeff Hurst won the Champions League.
Call the European Cup there.
Has he?
I don't think so.
No.
You're right. I'm happy to say.
I think we've got ourselves blinkered a little bit with playing for England in a World Cup.
Is that not the pinnacle for these English players?
I think it's
World Cup.
I think it used to be. I think now they want to win the Champions League, don't they? I think that's
More than win the World Cup.
No, not the World Cup.
it's difficult because, again, if you win the Champions League, you are there completely as merit as one of the best footballers in the world, whereas someone like Gareth Bale was not going to win a World Cup because he's plays for Wales. It's the team you're in.
Best playing for Northern Ireland.
But Gareth Bale will get bought by Real Madrid and I will have a chance of winning 4 Champions. Did he win 4 or 5? 4?
Yeah, something like that,
Yeah.
Legendary status, we said.
I think it's where you're almost lucky where you're born, I suppose, in that respect. If you're born in Brazil when did they win them all? In the 70s and that?
Yeah.
We should have thought about this. This is a tough.
Yes, Sam's done it. Sam's prepared for this, but we haven't, so we're doing well off
you
the
say
top
prepared.
here.
I still don't agree with half of what you're saying.
Well, this is the top 5 at the moment. Bobby Moore, Paul Gascoigne,
Mirandinha,
Jeff
and
Hurst, Wayne Rooney. Is that...
See, it's a good starting point. Now I think we can slot people in.
If you just put into Copilot, or whatever we call it, whatever we want to put in, top 5 English football legends.
I think this is where
Bobby Moore's going to be top of the shop. We haven't put Bobby Charlton in there.
Yeah.
Bobby Charlton.
I would say he would be ahead of Jeff Hurst because he was in that era, he was a better player, wasn't he?
And
he was like the all round.
Man United, wasn't it as well?
And he was record goal scorer, wasn't he? Until
and he was on the. I'm getting this wrong on. He was on the Munich disaster, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He come back. And he played. Then he played with it was Best and Low and Charlton. I think we need to put him in.
He's a proper legitimate legend.
There's going to be some old fellas fuming that way of putting David Beckham,
some old fellas,
and Wayne Rooney and Bobby Charlton.
Legitimate legend.
Granddad survived in his grave with that.
Survived the music.
But David Beckham wearing a sarong and sandals instead of Bobby Charlton. You wake me up late. You have the laugh late, Sam. You know what you're talking about, man. You need 2 mates,
I think Bobby Charlton. We said it earlier. As soon as we said it, I feel like he needs to be in there.
He's going to get a little bit of help from AI here
because he's widely renowned, isn't he, as one of the greatest English players. He's obviously a World Cup winner. He's won multiple trophies, including the European Cup with Man United. He's survived the Munich air disaster.
But who are we taking out?
He survived the Munich air disaster.
I've got ChatGPT's top 5.
Oh wow!
Here are the 5 of the most widely recognised English football legends celebrated for their impact on the game, both domestically and internationally.
Was there any point doing a podcast? We should have just done this.
It's not right, yeah.
It's just gone. Hi everyone.
Is it in order? Is this in order?
Well, it's got number 1, 2, 3. So
we'll start with number 5 then.
Number 5.
Here we go.
This is the one I'm a bit dubious about. All the rest, I would say 100%.
Yeah.
5 was Steven Gerrard. Liverpool's talismanic midfielder over a decade, known for long-range goals, leadership and Champions League heroics in Istanbul, single-handedly dragging them back into the game.
Obviously, all the Scousers
considered one of the most... they own ChatGPT. Considered one of the most complete midfielders of all time.
Good, yeah.
Some great points. It just didn't spring to mind.
We talk about a club, obviously Liverpool won in a team which wasn't probably at that time the best in Europe, was it?
When we look at legendary matches, that'll be one that comes up, I would imagine.
Were they 3-0 down at half time?
Podcast. Yeah,
he scored that header straight after.
I mean, taking content from another... I've planned that to be another one.
The next one.
So number 4, David Beckham. Global icon, one of the best free kick specialists of all time. Key figure in Man United's treble win in 1990 team. Huge influence on football culture worldwide.
Great statement. Yeah. Huge influence on football culture worldwide. Absolutely. Well done, AI.
He's got to be in there.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Wayne Rooney.
Yeah.
England's all-time leading scorer until 2023. Manchester United legend with 5 Premier League titles and a Champions League, known for versatility, work rate and spectacular goals.
Okay.
I think. Number 2, Bobby Moore.
Number 2, Bobby Moore.
Wow.
Captain of England's 1966 World Cup winning team.
Yeah.
One of the greatest defenders. One of the greatest defenders in football history, revered for his calmness, anticipation and sportsmanship.
Yeah, he's a class act, wasn't he?
Oh, he was unbelievable. Yeah.
Like this is,
And he was like,
this is amazing.
On that documentary, he was like the first football celebrity as well. Him and his wife, weren't they? They were quite a bit of a power couple. No. Yeah, I remember. So, anyway.
What?
The first power, him and his missus were like the first duo, marriage that were considered to be worth, it was famous, tabloids and stuff like that.
This is I think this is massive because we're not sure.
How many you got left on your list that aren't on here?
We've got Gazza and Jeff Hurst, but obviously we did say we're going to put in Bobby Charlton. This is Bobby Charlton now. We did say we're going to put Bobby Charlton, didn't we?
Did say that.
I think this is going to be Bobby Charlton. Go on, Dave. Go on.
Number 1. I'll read out the things first. World Cup winner, 1966, and Ballon d'Or winner in 1966.
Bobby Charlton's got to be.
Renowned for his powerful shooting and leadership.
Yeah. His bold head.
You crossing off Jeff Hurst here?
Yeah, it's got to be Bobby Charlton.
Manchester United icon and survivor of the Munich air disaster. Number 1, Bobby Charlton.
He's got to be.
We're taking out Jeff Hurst or Gaza.
Gaza hasn't scored a hat-trick, has he, in the World Cup?
I'll take it to 10.
Gaza hasn't, as much as I love Gaza, he hasn't scored.
Everybody listening's enjoying this as much as I am, because I'm I love stuff like this.
That's what I mean, it's authentic, isn't it? It's off the cuff. It's hard to take Jeff Hurst out when he scored a hat-trick in the World Cup. But you know the lead up to that, don't you? That the fact that he only played from the quarter. Jimmy Greaves got injured.
So sorry listeners, Dave's just not the fastest at typing, so we're just trying to fill while Dave does it.
Right, so the first 5 are the same, and then we move on to
16.
Shall I go for 10 then?
Yeah, go for 10.
See if your mate Jeff makes the top 10. Right.
It's a bit belittling of Jeff Hurst. Short hat-trick there, and he's been a bit dismissive.
Mugging him off.
If he's Welsh, Dave would be all over him. Anyway, carry on.
Number 10, Brian Robson.
Oh, have we not?
That's the era I was talking about, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Those 80s era.
There's going to be so many of the listeners and viewers on this that are going to be commenting on the social medias, hammering us because we've missed out on people like Brian Robson. How can you miss out on Brian Robson?
Captain Marvel for Manchester United and England, powerhouse midfielder known for toughness, skill and leadership. I think with a lot of these, we've taken away their club football as well. There's a few on here, a bit like Steven Gerrard, which I think he should be there because
we've got our bias as well. We just called Brian Robson towards the end where he was getting injured and stuff. I remember a lot, and he was struggling, and he wasn't the same. Anyway,
happens to us all.
Excuses.
Sorry, Shrewsbury fans, and I went back. Number 9, Gaza. One of the most naturally gifted English players ever, brilliant dribbler, and an unforgettable Euro 96 star.
Yeah.
Oh, Euro 96 as well as Italia 90. Yeah.
That'll come into memorable matches, that as well. That's one of my favourites.
Number 8, I think you might put your nose up at this, but when you're talking about club football as well, Frank Lampard, Chelsea's greatest goal-scoring midfielder, 3 Premier Leagues, a Champions League, and an England midfielder.
He's a Chelsea club legend, isn't he?
He's a midfielder who's got the all-time goal-scoring record for Chelsea.
He's a rich man's Dave Edwards, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. I used to watch. I think I said before. I used to just watch every one of his goals. And
I think if you'd have played in the Chelsea team, Dave, you'd have done what he done.
Absolutely, and Dave's better looking.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
Number 7, Gav's mate, Gary Lineker. Golden Boot winner at the 1986 World Cup, clinical striker and one of England's best finishers.
Okay, so Jeff Hurst is not. So we haven't had number 6 yet, have we?
No, number 6, and he's not even been in the conversation yet.
What? He's not even been in the conversation.
No.
Brian Robson one was a bit embarrassing, but this person's number 6 has not even been mentioned.
Not in the conversation. Since we've started making these, he was mentioned earlier in the podcast, and that is Alan Shearer.
Yeah, gotta be.
Premier League's all-time top scorer. Premier League winner with Blackburn, and a Newcastle legend.
Right, we need to solidify this top 5.
So Bobby Moore, David Beckham, Wayne Rooney. Let's keep Gaza in.
Bobby Charlton.
I think Bobby Charlton.
No, I think we've got one more space then, I think.
So
I think Bobby Charlton's number 1, then Bobby Moore.
Right. Bobby Charlton. Number 2, Bobby Moore. Number 3.
I think you got Rooney and Beckham in there. I don't know which order. And I think we've got a number 5.
I think you've got to go Beckham ahead of Rooney just because of the...
Yeah,
I agree.
Global, like, recognition.
Yeah.
Bex. I call him Bex. And Wazza. Call him Wazza.
Room dog.
Right, lads, if you're listening, you're I shout next time with the beers, lads.
So number 5.
Number 5.
So all the ones we mentioned in that top 10 were Gerrard, Lampard, Brian Robson, Shearer.
Big Al.
Big Al.
I don't think.
I think
in
Big
terms
Al.
of legend and impact from a fan's point of view, you have thinking of England and worldwide appeal. I don't think Shearer beats Gaza.
I think that is a long conversation where you could argue for both, couldn't you?
I think in Newcastle, Shearer is the bigger legend. I think globally, Gaza's impact was massive. Like everyone worshipped him, didn't
just
they?
them T-shirts everywhere, weren't
national hero. Like, he just.
Do you remember the T-shirts of him crying? Like just everywhere, weren't they? And everyone had. You remember that England shell suit? Everyone bought them because of Gaza. Wanted to look like Gaza. It was all about him.
I think the reason
lads
why
having their hair done like him.
Personality though, and everything, wasn't it? Like everybody just related to him, didn't they? Like that famous quote from Shearer when he was like, "What are you going to do when he won the league or whatever?" And he was like, "I'm going to go and creosote the fence." Like people didn't respond. Like you said, he was boring, and you already had a popular. I
love him.
I had to go Lineker as well, but you had to go Shearer as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did have a little go. I don't like Lineker. I do like Shearer, but he's a bit boring. But
when he signed from Blackburn for 15 million, when Man United were all over him, and he stood in that unveiling, and it is full outside the stadium. He's got I remember the old Grandad Colin Newcastle shirt on,
the scarf
and the scarf above
Castle
him.
Brown Ale was on the sponsor.
We all had that shirt, didn't we?
Yeah, I had that.
And the away one, the
Claret one with the
claret
and blue one.
But I mean Newcastle probably number 1 legend
and all-time Premier League goal scorer as well. And he didn't really play for the best team. I know he won the league with Blackburn, but that was because of him. And then Newcastle were as good as what they were because of him.
We'll have to
Gaza's more of the maverick, isn't he? I think
you got
personality versus
you got to lock in a vote, haven't we? So I know how this is going to go. Right,
I've made my mind
Gav,
up.
who are you going for?
Gascoigne.
Dave?
Lampard. No. I'm going for Big Al.
Yeah, and I'm going Gascoigne.
Oh, love that.
I don't mind that at all.
Yeah. Right. Listeners, this is what we've gone for. Number 5, Gaza. Number 4, Wazza. Number 3, Bex. Number 2, Bobby Moore. Top of the shop. Number 1, Bobby Charlton. I tell you what, I think we've pretty much got there in the end, haven't we? Yeah.
Well, I think there'll be a lot of people listening and watching it who will be going, what about so-and-so? What about so-and-so? I think even with all that being said, that's a great effort.
I mean, we have had to use AI to sort of get to that.
Oh, we cheated massively.
It's a modern world, isn't it? We're modern day podcast, aren't we? This is what we're
trying to
about.
stick to 45 minutes. People have got their journeys to worry about.
Yeah. And 45 minutes is a good time to do a good run, isn't it? If you if you're a decent runner, 45 minutes for
I'll get 3 runs in for that.
10k.
I'll get
10k, 45 minutes. If you're coming towards the house now, back home, and we're coming towards the end there, well done. That's a steady pace.
Great effort.
If you're ready at home. Oh, you listened to over 2 runs, like fair play to you.
I just chuck in one last thing. I've just retyped in to AI. Top 5 British football legends. There is
Can't let
2.
it go.
James Collins.
There is 2 in our list, in the English ones that are in this list.
What?
Yeah, out of 5.
Because of George Best.
So number 5,
Go on.
Bobby Moore, England.
Number 5, Bobby Moore.
Don't start throwing in.
No, that's right. Ahead of Bobby Moore, World Cup winner, captain, West Ham legend. Ahead of him, number 4, Gareth Bale.
Yeah.
5 times Champions League winner with Real Madrid. One of the most explosive British players in the modern era. Carried Wales to no, he didn't carry us. There was a team.
Whoa. Carried Wales. How disrespectful. How disrespectful.
But it's true. Carried Wales to historic.
Very, very good midfielders in that squad, I'll have you know.
Number 3, Kenny Dalglish. So Liverpool and Celtic legend, 3-time European Cup winner, the most revered Scottish player ever. Also a successful manager.
Yeah, I obviously don't want to be disrespectful about Scottish football.
I just think they're trying to be all inclusive and they keep everyone happy.
Number 2, George Best.
Yeah.
Manchester United superstar, 1960. We saying okay, Ballon d'Or winner in 1968, considered by many one of the most naturally gifted players of all time. Dribbling flair and charisma made him a global phenomenon. Number 1, Sir Bobby.
Yeah, we got
Charlton. That was not Robson.
George Best to be in there, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm not.
Again, icon.
I don't know about Kane Dalglish. Kane Dalglish, Liverpool legend, of course. Where is Gareth Bale a legend at any club?
I think Spurs would consider him for that couple of seasons he had at the end. And Real Madrid. I think
he's a Welsh legend, isn't he? He's like you said, transcended the country.
He will be. Again, I think people get more famous over time, and I think in 50 years' time, people will look back, especially the Welsh, will be like, we will never have a player like that ever again.
I think he's unbelievable. I think he was unbelievable, but I don't understand.
And if you had
him in the greatest British players,
if you had an English player who went to Real Madrid and won 5 Champions Leagues, then
Steve McManaman did 3, didn't he?
I think
did he score an overhead kick in the final? Did he score 2 in the final?
He scored 2 in one final.
I think I'd go to Real Madrid and win 1.
Did McManaman not score 2? McManaman not score in the final?
Yeah, he scored 3-1. Who'd they beat? He scored.
Be careful.
Yeah.
They did. They won 3-1. They did.
He won and scored or played. They won 3-1.
He wasn't in the squad.
He wasn't in the final.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I think Gareth Bale's amazing. I don't put him in the greatest ever. I think he was phenomenal, like next level. But I don't know. I think I'd like to see how long did he do it for?
I say, well, he tossed it off at 31 because he'd done everything.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like he struggled a little bit at Tottenham to start, didn't he? And then it sort of built into it, didn't it? Just come good, didn't he?
Yeah, he struggled a bit at Tottenham at first. He was only 14 at the time, though.
Yeah. I've said this before. I think in that Euro 2016 to 2015, 2016, 2017, he was right up there. Just ability-wise, didn't have the longevity, so he won't ever be in their bracket. But at that moment in time, he was up there with Messi and Ronaldo.
Wow!
In those 2 or 3 years, unplayable.
Right, well, I really enjoyed that. Listeners, I hope you enjoyed that. Again, give us loads of feedback. We wouldn't.
I think they'll be frustrated by that one. I think a lot of people are listening to that. We're talking over each other a lot. We're frustrated. We're having a go at each other. They're shouting back at the radio. So that one will leave you. Well, your whoop will be highly stressed, I think, on that one.
If they're listening to it.
Yeah.
Well, get your own podcast and do it yourself then. I think no one's going to argue Bobby Charlton, are they?
No.
Someone might.
I just think there's probably loads we haven't mentioned. So if there is, like you say, messaging on social media, let us know who it could have been. Maybe we'll do another one in a couple of episodes and go right, recapping.
Well, I think probably next time if anybody sends us any good ones, we'll give them a mention. If anybody can think of anybody we've missed out, where we go, all right, yeah, we should have thought of him.
Yeah,
I
think after this has come out, and we'll put a bit of social media about it, we'll get you to try and reply to our social medias with your top 5, see if they collate with ours, and then also Shrewsbury. It'd be interesting to see what Shrewsbury fans think about the top 5 Shrewsbury legends.
We definitely want that.
Yeah.
Top Shrewsbury 5 legends. We haven't done that, have we? But we've mentioned, we're giving people notable mentions, haven't we?
Yeah.
Dave Walton would be in my top 5 Shrewsbury. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Cheers, everyone. Bye.